Welcome to Down South Football Podcast, man. On this Monday evening, one big final rivalry weekend in the books. Sad to say, but we almost at the end of the regular season. But hey, we in here today. We got in here. I am DJ Dodos back from over there with the Camels. We got Chauncey Tuck in the building, and we got DL Gardner, David Gardner 205, or Mr. David Gardner, however y'all want to say it. What's going on with you?
Man, that much, man. Just opening up my special delivery I got, man.
Special delivery. Oh, I'm gonna get that. I need that.
Yeah, you don't have this one, Ben. You don't have it.
I'll have. You know what? You and I manufacturer. You know what I'm saying? We all need to have a sit down meeting. You know what I'm saying?
Another thing I got too, man. I got me old.
Fun fact, we are sitting down.
Shirt too, man. I just want to show that out to the people. But I digress.
I swear, we get some stuff, and then all of a sudden,
and then he comes with more stuff. You know that's how you do.
Well, I'm just gonna go and tell y'all the stuff that he got when I saw it when it was given to him. So I was already done. Just let me know that I ain't nothing off the top of the head. So you know.
Did you not get a bag?
No, I'm talking about what you got. I'm talking about the hat. I'm talking about that.
You got a bag, Bernard?
Bernard has a bag.
I got a bag with y'all stuff in it.
Oh, there's stuff in it too.
Now?
You got stuff in it too.
Yeah, everybody got the special stuff. But anyway, look, we in here on this Monday evening, man.
Hey, Tuck, have you gotten rid of your whiteboard? Is it gone now?
I mean, yeah. I got an offensive coordinator board, defensive coordinator board. My running back coach has already been fooled.
Yeah, you already solidified with that. He ain't going nowhere.
Anyway, and no, don't do that with the running back coach. Please, Lord, don't make me mad today. Anyway, let's talk about what happened this weekend. Of course, this was rivalry weekend, and we had the Bayou Classic between Southern and Grambling. And yes, Grambling did have a G. Thank you very much. Southern pulled it out. Southern will be going to the SWAC Championship this weekend. Okay. And right there in Jackson, Mississippi, hopefully where we will be with them to see Jackson against Southern State. Really good game. Something to make Dave happy was the Turkey Day Classic. Alabama State did not win the Turkey Day Classic this year. Arkansas Pine Bluff showed up and made sure it was done.
That's about what, 4 in a row? That's about 3-4 in a row since the they done.
First of all, let's just back up a second. We can't brush over the fact that not just a Pine Bluff, a SWAC winless ain't beat nobody but Alabama State University came down to Montgomery on Thanksgiving.
Tragic.
And took their turkey. So.
Yeah, they got the turkey. That's it. They got the turkey. Hey, look, Dave. Look who in the comments already.
Oh, Quintel, what's up, man? What up?
Hey, Quintel, I need for you to be one of the first people to do the super. All the folks that's on YouTube, man. I need for y'all to see how the super chat is working, so you can get your comment and stuff highlighted. The super chat is officially working, so you can go in there and however you feel like giving to the show or whatever. Super chats are real cool, man. We appreciate y'all for doing that. But look, man, all that is going on at Iron Bowl. We got teams getting blown out. But what took over today was a coaching search. And we're gonna get into that. A coaching search that finally came to an end. Really been in the end, but that's a whole different story. But let's start on the field before we even go there with that. Anybody want to talk to me about Michigan and Ohio State?
Nope.
Explosive.
No.
Plays. The word of the day with that was explosive plays.
We don't.
Hey, just like old buddy did in Stump, explosive.
I mean that's the word of the day with that game.
Look, I said, do not get it twisted. Michigan was gonna be on that field. And that weather didn't matter, and it was too cold for them Ohio State boys. And I told you, those LeBron Zoom soldier shoes cleats were terrible, and them boys they were heavy. They couldn't even run right.
What does that have to do?
I told you
they ain't been running right all year in the secondary. That's a whole different thing.
With cleats heavy
to LeBron. Anyway, shout out to JJ McCarthy, man, for showing up, doing his thing. Blake Corn wasn't a huge factor, but he was a good factor a little bit in the game. But JJ McCarthy, man, really, I ain't gonna lie to you, showed me a lot. Showed me a lot. Showed me that Michigan can go downfield, expand their pass game a little bit more. So let me ask you this: are you more surprised about Ohio State not showing up, or Michigan showing up and putting it on them in their own house?
I didn't think it was going to be a blowout, but I did think they was going to, put up a bigger game, because we was all talking about how yes, Aaron, I did how if Michigan was to lose this game, they were out of the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then Ohio State, if it were to lose this game, it would probably been like, if it was close, it would probably they're probably sticking in. Now, the narrative has changed a little bit. But like I said, I just didn't see it being a blowout. I did see Michigan winning the game.
Initially, when I saw Corum, he didn't look good. Once he made that initial cut, we all knew that was his staple. And he was like, okay, he goes out. I'm like, okay, so now the game is going to have to fall in the hands of McCarthy. But, the first touchdown, I guess it kind of got him warmed up. I mean, when the guy slipped, he ended up being butt naked, getting wide open, was able to score. It was like it gave him confidence in the fact that that they could hit it. And Monroe.
Did you say this man got butt naked?
He did. Once he made what dude missed? Who else was over there? There was nobody over there. It was butt naked wide open.
I'm so confused right now.
So,
I never heard nobody say that.
It's a term. It's a term. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. But they gave him the confidence, and it kind of set the tone for what we were able to see the rest of the evening. Michigan, if you go back and you look at their games prior to that, they hadn't hit that many explosive plays. They had a lot of close games in between here and there. Mm-hmm. And you got to take your hat off to them. Ohio State probably look at it like, hey man, without those plays, we outplayed them, we outgained them, but you can't take those plays away. They happen. And they happened, and they led them to victory.
Yeah. Dave, what's your thoughts? You on mute, Dave.
Yeah, I am. I'm just talking. When I first started watching the game, I really thought Ohio State was going to kind of manhandle them. Like from the very, like when it first started, I'm looking at the offensive line, I'm looking at all of that stuff. I'm like, dang, Ohio State, they moved that first drive, they kind of moved down the field. I think they scored that first drive. Came back and got a stop and went back down, got a field goal. Mm-hmm. But at some point, an adjustment was made. Michigan made some good adjustments. They found their run game, obviously. That second half, I think it was a lot of Michigan did a lot of good stuff, but Ohio State had some bad fits too on defense. Yeah. Because once they got past, but that's kind of what happens when you kind of send everything and you get caught.
They played it for the run. Once you make it past that first level, that's it.
There's nothing there. I did not know Ohio State secondary was that bad.
Garbage pickup.
Yeah, they
hadn't had nobody to test them, and for real.
That was very surprising to me. But I think that we talked about these two teams about 8 weeks ago, and we always said that it was going to come down to this game to where we find out who's who, and that's kind of what we got. I do still think Ohio State is a great team, but they got some deficiencies on the back end of that defense. So
that's a big playoff.
I'm with y'all, man. They Ohio State been skating by a little bit, man. I just like they said, you put some pressure on CJ Stroud and everything, and you get him off his mark, man. It's just not the same QB. And I'll make a statement. I'll say it like this: you give Bryce Young those weapons that Stroud got.
Ooh, don't say that. Ooh.
Oh, and Stroud has a people, by the way.
Oh yes,
and the ball placement is elite. But go ahead, Williams. I just want to.
I'm with you on that. I'm just saying, like this just feels like where we are when it comes to that and everything. But so man, I congratulations to Michigan, man, because everybody was doubting. A lot of people were doubting you, but I did see a lot of people that was picking you also.
Right.
Y'all test gonna come in. Hopefully, y'all get past the first round and might get to the championship game. You just never know. Just see how the matchups are matchup is gonna flow out. But let's talk about the Iron Bowl a little bit. And for all y'all bettors out there, I know you're mad
because it was ended up being a tie,
a push.
Yeah,
right at 22.
Yeah, I was one of them. Yeah, it ended up being a damn push.
Yeah, you better than me, bro. I didn't have it like that. I
figured y'all wasn't gonna get beat by more than 20. I'm like, that's a big number. Bama ain't been looking good enough to do that. So,
the 22 happened, but it did happen. So, talking about this game, it kind of went the way I thought it would go. I thought they showed more heart than I thought they would. With the Bama part of it, though, like there was a little bit of a help. Not like it was gonna make a big thing in the game, but anything in this game just really show y'all anything for either team going forward. I just want. How about that? We'll just go there.
I don't know with the receivers that Bama have and possibly coming back without Bryce, that offense is going to be real interesting next year. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, because we saw what Bryce did with what they have constructed. Once you remove him, unless they get somebody out of the transfer portal that we just don't know, because obviously the transfer portal is real. So they quarterback for next year might not even be on the roster right now. So he might not even be there right now. So I'll just say you're going to lose. Gibbs is not going to be there, and Bryce is not going to be there. This Bama team, as constructed, I don't see who's going to be the person that's going to step up and lead them on offense next year. Not to what they have right now currently.
So. But that was the original question. So that wasn't the original. I got that part of it. I'm saying, like, what did y'all take from this game? What did you take from this game? Like, what did y'all take from it?
They not a
obviously, what the shocker was that Auburn had 200 and almost 260 some yards rushing, and that was primarily off of misdirection, a whole bunch of like offensive line pulls and quarterback keeps, quarterback powers, a couple of little screen passes here and there, but there was nothing spectacular that Auburn was doing. If all granted there was a missed call or a wrong call against the punt, saying that they got, but Auburn needed to steal 2 possessions and they couldn't get them. Or otherwise, I think we probably have a different football game, but not too much different.
I think that fumble was crucial. The one where he bumped into his own player. Yeah. That ended up being it. Almost was like Auburn was chasing those points a little bit after that, because that kind of just,
because that changes the dynamic of the game.
Mm-hmm,
if they were to do that. So, I think that was like the major turning point of the game as far as that happened. So, other than that, Bama was just Bama. Other than that, Bama had didn't look too good on defense. Even Robbie tested Kool-Aid, a couple times throwing it to Shed on that side, which surprised me. He also, was very, I'm not gonna say accurate. It was just like a couple plays, but it was just not enough time to throw the ball. He was getting pressure in his face, getting all that type of stuff. But, granted, he did look good. You know what I'm saying? He did look decent enough to beat Alabama. That's all I wanted to see.
I think, though, what stood out to me is I think Auburn is the fact that I can see they have something to build on for next year. Right. This team, although may not be the most talented team that Auburn has ever had, but they don't have no quit in them, and that's always something that you can't coach. We know you're gonna have a running back. You're still gonna have a solid running game next year. You know that. Of course, wide receiver you have to develop some things there. But I think all in all, I left there saying that it went kind of how I thought it would go. Right. I also left saying that actually before the game, I said it felt like a game that Gus Malzahn could pull out if they had a little bit more experience under the center.
True.
Because it was going to be one of those games where you were going to have to basically scheme up and run a lot of misdirection, do some funky stuff to try to move the ball, and that's right down in his wheelhouse. So, it's just one of those things. I think my hat had a child up top. Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, my hat had a child. Yeah. But,
it did have a child.
It had a child. But yeah, I mean, I think I like the fact that Auburn has. I think they have a good foundation to build upon. I don't see. I mean, there's still some O-line issues. I'm sure there are, but there's nothing like what they were a few years back when we were talking about it on the show. So I like what I see. You got a bunch of kids that's gonna fight for you.
Mm-hmm.
Hugh come in there, win that team over, which I know he can.
Right.
You might have some issues next year. So overall, that was my takeaway.
Well, I look at the game, man, and I think a couple of crucial plays there. Auburn could have been in it a little bit more, but I think just like Justin said, man, I think Auburn was. I think we knew Alabama was a little bit more talented team, but if you take away a couple of turnovers and stuff like that, you don't know exactly what's going to happen. So I think it was a good send off for Bryce to go into the pros for him, and for Auburn, it's definitely, like you said, it's definitely a way to keep growing and to keep getting better. I mean, I don't think there's a lot that we need to say about a lot of the stuff that happened. And for Robbie, man, congratulations to him for keep fighting, man. Threw a couple of beautiful balls.
He balled. He left it all on the line, like he did. He truly did.
Threw a couple of beautiful balls during the game, man. He did everything that he could. I'm really be interested to see him under the tutelage of Freeze and whoever he's gonna bring in, and how that's gonna work and everything. So that's why I am with the Iron Bowl. But let's talk about the Iron Bowl. Since we're gonna go ahead and do it, let's go ahead and talk about this coaching search, man. Because
what coaching search?
Well, there ain't no coaching search no more, Dave, because thank you to I ain't gonna say that. Thank you to Auburn for pulling the trigger. The trigger has officially been pulled with Mr. Hugh Freeze. Don't let them people fool you and say the only official offer, okay? Because an offer can be had without it being official. That's all I'm gonna say on that. So when it comes down to it, that's just where we are with everything. Auburn is with Hugh Freeze now, and I hear all the backlash and everything. So
y'all see y'all boy in the comments.
Who?
Pat.
What did Pat say?
He said, "Please let me talk."
Oh, you want to talk, Pat?
Pat said, "Please let me talk."
No.
We don't have the phone call set up.
Somebody. Blame your man, Sue, Pat. Blame your man,
not
Sue.
Tonight.
Yeah,
no, sir.
Blame your man, because he
blame your man.
So, but anyway, like I was saying, man, just want to talk about a little bit before I get into it, man. Just y'all tell me, man, what was your first impression, especially for being in Dave? What's your first impression of Hugh Freeze being down on the Plains?
For me, I mean that was the one guy that I thought was going to be the better fit to me. I mean, I know a lot of people wanted Lane, but I liked Hugh Freeze, and I like what he can bring to the table. Like I was joking with my pops earlier today. I was like, man, Hugh Freeze was NIL before NIL was real. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so you bring him into this situation, with what Auburn has to offer. I think Hugh Freeze is going to do fine down there. I mean, I think he's going to do. He has more resources than he had at Ole Miss, and the people are going to be behind him. I think that this was a hire where I know y'all may tell me something different, but I think a lot of people on board with the hire. I don't think it was a situation where he's coming in and the majority didn't agree with the hire. And when you have that, and you got people that's going to have his back. Oh Lord!
Look at Tuck. Man, Tuck like
I'm done. You know I'm done. Dave, you know what I'm done, Dave. See, I'm done. Dave.
All I said was
I'm done. You know what, Dave? You got it. I ain't got nothing to say.
For me, I'm just kind of over the court of public opinion.
Right.
What I mean by that is, somebody does something in their past, at what point? What's the statute of limitation? You know what I mean? When does it ever? Shout out to Sean, man, for the super chat. First super chat ever.
Make some, you know, I'm gonna have my air horn by Saturday. I'm gonna have my air horn going.
No, you're not. You're not. And I took a strike on that.
I'm gonna have my air horn. I'm gonna have my air horn. By this weekend, I had an air horn going. Don't worry about it.
I can't.
Anyway, Dave, go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
How you come back in the country getting fined? The show, we're not even 25 minutes of the show. You already fined.
They ain't 23.
Right. I don't get it. But anyway, at what point do we let humans live down stuff? A la the Michael Vick, the other worlds, even the Lanes of the world. And of course, you know, Hugh has his troubles too, man. But honestly, Renault and I talked about this. My number one guy would have been my guy that went to Nebraska.
Matt Rule.
Matt Rule. That was my number one guy. That's who I love. I mean, I think Matt Rule does a tremendous job with building programs. Oh God, Sean, don't do that. Sean, come on, man.
Hey, Dave.
Get in the cyclone. Get in the cyclone.
Well, no.
I know you told the cyclone air horn.
Don't give him a cyclone. Hold on. Don't give him a cyclone yet because, you know. Oh, Aaron. Okay, look, y'all can up these. These super chats go as high as y'all want them to go. Hey, y'all. Give it to him. Give it to him.
Hey, Aaron, you can actually just
bring that offense down to the plains, Hugh Freeze. Bring it.
We didn't ask for your extra. We just asked for the cyclone.
I figured
we can let Aaron take my place on the show then.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you let him take my
man. Aaron,
my
what
man,
you want to talk about?
My man.
Aaron, shout out for the $49.99 super chat, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Hey,
Aaron, one of the Bama fans we can talk to that actually talk with some sense.
Hey, Aaron inboxed me. He said he was paying the $49.99 for us to $5 billion. I told him, I bargained with him. I said, just send $2 and you can get it. You didn't have to go that high.
Go ahead, Dave.
But I guess what I'm saying, I like the Hugh Freeze hire. You have somebody that is familiar with the surrounds of the SEC. I think he's gonna do well at Auburn. But for people that may still be holding some things against him, man, let that crap go, man. It is what it is. And unless he go down here and screw it up, that's all in the past. Only thing you do is move forward and keep knocking. So I like the hire. That was my number 2 guy for Lane would have been 3, but Hugh Freeze is number 2 for me. So I mean, I like Auburn. They're my second FBS team, so I'm happy.
Tuck, you got something to say?
Thank God it did not hire Matt Rule. That was no. Anyway, but
program builder.
At the beginning of this search, I only had 2 names: Lane Kiffin and Hugh Freeze. It was 1A and 1B for me, just because of the offensive identity. You know, just because of the quote unquote quarterback whisperer. You know, we got. Thank you, Pat.
We got super chat, Pat. Appreciate you, bro.
We got Hugh. My feelings on the hire. I like it. I mean, like I said, now you just gotta go out there and perform. And one of the good things I've already heard, you know, that has been verified is he kept Cadillac. You know, don't know what role it is. More likely to be assistant head coach.
Part of the deal.
So that'd be a nice little pay bump for Cadillac, and also gets him some more responsibilities, you know. And then
get him closer and closer.
I just won't be in the state royal.
Oh, you good? Hey, look, and I got jet lag like a bug. You good, man? I am good.
Going all that good stuff. We got to see who he puts around him. Damn, $2 to $5 million. Good God,
Pat, you get 5 or 10, we might can talk.
Yeah, 10, we might can talk.
You get 10, I'm coming through that door behind there and snatching there. $10.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I mean, yeah. I just want to see who he's gonna put behind him. We'll see what his staff is like. I've always liked his offensive concepts. I've always liked his route trees. I like, everything that he's brought over. He's always had a pretty decent offensive line. And I did not know this, but his defense, and then he went really fun. I didn't know that Liberty defense led the nation in tackles for loss. That was very interesting to see that. So I think when the time he took over at Liberty, I think he learned, you got to have some kind of defense.
Right.
With the off the field stuff, they didn't let that stuff go.
Yeah,
people out there misreporting things, saying that he was part of a sexual assault. No, that's not true. This even happened way before he even got there. It was like 5-6 years before he even got to Liberty. It is with the same AD. Ironically, it's with the same AD that was at Baylor, and the problem with that was that AD. It was I think it was 22 people that accused people of sexual assault. One of the ladies who came out and said something about sexual assault, he DM'd her defending McGraw. But this shit he DM'd her? No. But that shouldn't vilify a man, who's trying to, do right and trying to get his name back right. I mean, what he did in Ole Miss was he hired hookers. UNLV back in the day, Dark Canyon hired hookers on the regular. So, but that's back in the day.
They go to college. They go to college too.
Yeah, they go to college.
They need their tuition paid too.
Yeah, Drake made a whole song about it.
I mean, a whole song. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, I mean,
T-Pain has made several.
Yeah, T-Pain's made several. We can go all day about this, but it's a great fit. I think he'll do well. I don't think you have to worry. I don't think with Lane, what everybody was talking about, with Lane was him jumping ship. You don't have to score defense.
You're talking to Harry.
And you don't have to worry about him jumping ship. You know what I'm saying? I think he's here. This is the same thing we kind of did with Bruce Pearl. Bruce Pearl had the same kind of, baggage. It wasn't, to this. It wasn't
the same.
Yeah, but it was
baggage.
It was baggage nonetheless. And it was something kind of small as far as lying about a barbecue. You know what I'm saying? He didn't lie about nothing, but he just jumped in the girl's DMs he shouldn't have jumped into. That's on the problem that went about. But I think it'd be a good fit. I just want to see who he's gonna hire. Hopefully he hires Matt Lucas, his offensive line coach, and we'll be good.
Now let me ask y'all something, both of y'all. Now y'all can tell me if I just saw this just on some random Twitter foolishness, it ain't no truth to he thinking about hiring Pruitt as defensive coordinator. Is it?
I mean,
that would be wild.
Let me tell you something.
That would be wild.
The compliance office is already going to be down there.
I was about to say that would be wild, bro. If you throw Pruitt as a defensive coordinator, you
need to find out. The thing is, the compliance department needs to find out what did Jeremy Pruitt do, like legally? Like, what did he do?
Like
I wouldn't.
I'm reading the comment.
Pruitt hire,
right?
But I mean, I just know he's gonna have
Pruitt gets defense jumping. I'm just saying
he's gonna have a show calls. He's gonna have everything. So I know BP Senator. I mean, I'm not slandering the man. I mean,
not you.
He lied about a barbecue. That's the only thing he did wrong.
No, he's talking to Arian.
Oh, I can't see the comment.
Yeah, he was talking to Arian. First of all, you whatever being said about Auburn and Jeremy Pruitt, please just take it and just throw it out the way. Last thing we need right now is Jeremy, give me a lunch bag Pruitt.
I mean, he's straight blue chips with it, baby. He's straight blue chips with it.
He's legal now.
Renard ain't left.
Tell you what, that damn starting lineup gonna be right.
Look, man, nobody said it'll be wild. Like, it would be wild, bro.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you. Okay. First of all,
he was already on Auburn campus, Pat. He was already on Auburn campus. He was there 2 weeks ago.
I don't want to talk about that. I do not want to talk about Jeremy Pruitt unless
Bruce Pearl, Jeremy Pruitt, and Hugh
and
Freeze.
Hugh Freeze. Man, that's gonna be wild.
Trifecta, baby.
First of all,
Trey.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Renee. I'm done. I'm done.
No, because the Bruce Pearl thing is really, really overblown.
Right.
Like really, really overblown because
Well,
it was a barbecue.
The barbecue was overblown, yes.
Good God Almighty! But Jeremy Pruitt is just not somebody I would want there. I don't want him. The little $300 in the quarter pounder bag that he gave to the person. But I mean, do you know what he did with the $300 that was in the bag?
No, they got direct deposit now.
It was for the guy's mama. It wasn't for him. It wasn't even like, oh, here it is to come to Tennessee. It was like giving you this money because his parents needed to be helped out because the parents was because NCAA rules won't let you do it. So that was his way of doing it, sliding in the damn bag. But no, I don't want no Jeremy Pruitt. But
It's
back on
legal
the subject.
now. It's legal now.
I want Jeremy Pruitt.
Shut up, Tuck.
Hey, I'm about to buy 25 of your t-shirts for $10,000.
I'm just gonna wait.
For $10,000.
We're not gonna deal with the math. We're not gonna deal with the math.
The math is not important.
The math part is not really that important. I will say this, man. I'm gonna say this. I'm about to piss some people off.
Go ahead and do it.
Because I've been waiting to say this. All y'all that's all of a sudden want to talk about Auburn and his coaching search, y'all really just need to just be quiet. We've been quiet long enough. From Kiffin all the way up, man. We know what happened. But the problem is we know way more than what y'all think y'all know when it comes to this. Hugh is here. That's what you have to deal with. And since I said I was going to tell the truth, yeah, Lane was hot. Lane was here. Lane screwed this up. And Auburn had a part in screwing this up. 100%. Okay? So for all y'all that's trying to say, oh, this happened or this happened, this. No. When y'all want truth about what happened, y'all need to ask somebody that's in the know. Be careful with headlines, man. I say it all the time.
Right. Be
careful with headlines and narratives. Congratulations to Hugh. I think Hugh was going to do a pretty good job. I'm not 100% sold on Hugh like everybody else is, but I ain't 100% sold on no coach.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. If we can get everybody in the right way, we'll see what's going to happen. But the thing that's killing me, man, about Cadillac, y'all got to stop.
Please.
Why can't the man just do what he's doing? And now y'all want to create uproars and all this other stuff, man. That's not what this is about, man. Cadillac is an Auburn man through and through, bruh. He's happy to be on the staff. He's happy to do his part. I don't understand why y'all trying to make it a bigger issue than what it is. He was asked about the job. He didn't seem to have what's the word? I ain't gonna say he didn't have like he wasn't really like going for the job. Y'all act like the man said, I want the job, and Auburn didn't give it to him. Y'all baiting stuff that don't need to be baited, man. Like, let's be happy for him, and maybe he can continue to excel in his career. Like, it's not cool how y'all doing it, man. It's disrespectful to Cadillac, number one. How y'all keep trying to make them do this, and Auburn trying to do something different. Hugh Freeze is here. I don't know if because it's just Hugh Freeze. I don't know if it had been Lane would have been the same reaction, but a lot of this stuff, man, it's just not. It's not good, man. I just don't want y'all to go down that route where some of y'all are going. When you're fans of other schools and you saying stuff that's like Auburn is trying to like kill this man's reputation, and it's not even saying like that. Why would you even say stuff like that? I wish y'all would just rather ask somebody. Say this is how I feel instead of saying this is fact. And man, it's not fair to him, man, for y'all to do that to him because he did a great job being an interim head coach. Can we just leave it like that?
He's been retained off the rip. So it's just like you said, it's like, man, he still has his, like, yeah, a lot of people have been running with that. I'm with you on that.
I'm not gonna say everything I need to say. I was just texted and told to shut up. So I'm gonna shut up. I'm just gonna say that you guys really don't know the real deal. And if you really knew the real deal, is it like you don't want to know how the sausage is made? That's exactly what it comes down to. You eat the sausage, you enjoy your sausage, but you don't want to know how the sausage is made. So just enjoy what we're going through right now, okay?
The sausage
is made.
How the sausage? You really don't want to know how the sausage is made.
Let me tell you something, people. After all that mystery meat I've been eating for the last week, Renard is right. Renard is right. All that foolishness I ate in Dubai, Renard is correct. I don't know what the hell I was eating. So Renard is right.
Dave, you got it. Dave, you got it.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out. We eating with the sausages, we eating with the mystery meat. We talking about McDonald's bag.
Somebody hungry.
Hell, I'm hungry now.
I'm hungry now.
Pull the black stone back out.
Arian said, "Who is the y'all?" It's a lot of people, bro. Like it's just that if you ain't had to do a coaching search in the last 7-8 years, man, it's different. And for y'all to throw that narrative out there, number one, it's not fair to Carnell. It's not fair to him, and I'm not gonna let y'all do my family like that at all. Number one,
right? Yeah.
With all this baiting and stuff, and y'all not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that, man. I'm sorry.
With Cohen, I gotta give it to Cohen. This has been his first hire. At Auburn, he had to make a tough decision. I like Auburn going in and doing their due diligence and looking in every single thing just to make sure when the offer was right to Auburn, when they offer Freeze this job. Guys, don't get it twisted. Kiffin hadn't signed that deal yet. Being at least St. Paul, right? That's true too. But anywho, Sean, let me tell you.
Hold on, let's take it light. Dave, I think we need to let Tuck have the flow. And y'all, I'm gonna tell you something, Sean. Tuck and Dave had the smash burgers over the holidays, so
a little salty.
I'll let them speak.
What was the question posed? It was a question in the comments. What was posed? What was the question?
The question was, he said Renard about to make those smash burgers. No, I ain't gonna make them.
The smash burgers have been made.
The smash burgers have been
consumed, and they have been extracted.
And they were.
I ate one. He brought. I don't know what Renard was thinking. Okay, he made. I'm just gonna do before Tuck got there because Tuck ate the rest of them. So before Tuck got there,
the rest of them.
Renard fixed 2 burgers, right? And he said, "I'm just gonna fix 2. I'm just gonna do it slow. Just gonna kind of show you what it is, Okay, I was like, okay. So he fixed 2. So I'm thinking he fixing one for me and one for him. But I'm looking at a bowl he has. He has like 8 more patties rolled up. So, okay, cool. So the man actually he has some type of bread he uses. And he actually, when most people toast their bread, they toast their bread with butter. He toasted it with mayo. I said, what is going on? But you know what? I didn't say that. I'm a man that, I just sit back and watch. So fast forward, they come off the grill. And I bite into one. Okay, 30 seconds go by, that one gone. I said, Renard, what you gonna do with the other one you made? And by the time I finished eating that one, I was asleep, Sean. I was asleep with my eyes open. So let's let that sink in. Tuck then comes in from work, and I let him give his experience.
They called and said, "Hey, Tuck, do you want a single or do you want a double?" I said,
"Y'all taking too long to talk about these smash burgers."
Oh, you gotta take the time. You gotta take the
time.
I'm gonna need some super chats for talking to y'all talking about these smash burgers.
When he said that the burgers were done.
Yes, Arian.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right here, my heart started beating fast. So I get to the house.
What is going on right now?
I get to the house and Dave, I walk in. It's quiet because Dave was there. I'm like, why is it so quiet? Why?
At this point, I'm asleep with my eyes open.
I look to my right at a probably a 20-yard. It's because Renard has a big living room.
I'm gonna let you tell Rome a story because
20
your
yards.
storytelling skills are awesome.
20 yards away, I see Dave. I see an empty paper plate.
What is going on?
With leftover cheese on the plate.
Oh, the cheese was stuck to the plate. Oh my God.
The cheese was stuck to the plate. And then I look at Renard and I say, "Is my burger ready too?" Renard says,
"What is this slow ass story we got going on here?"
Renard says, and I quote, "Yeah, Tuck, here's your 2 burgers right here. But let me warm them up for you on my brioche bun too." He takes the heated patties out, gives me my mayonnaise and my mustard.
What is going on with this? With these
the
romance novel books?
You got to take your time with the smash.
And then I put the patties on top of the bottom bun, which was perfection on those buns. Then I put the top on there, and I smashed it.
This is so Dave. He made the burgers,
and I said I smashed it. And I took a bite of this burger. I didn't want to take a bite because I smelt it. I smelt the goodness.
Sean, get on your man. Get on your man.
And I took a bite.
Oh God!
It was heaven.
If you
make sure we pin that segment and send it to Justin, okay?
If you are a regular watcher of this show, you have to understand these smash burgers have been asked for a minute. And Dave, your seasoning is on the way too.
First of all, where's Chef? Where is Chef? I know he's on here somewhere.
He ain't on here right now. I talked to him earlier.
But when we ate it, them burgers came.
Yeah, Renard, that's a great job, man. I give you
great job, Renard.
I give you I don't mind getting
right.
Your
hey Dave, but you know what Tuck is leaving out, right?
What's that?
You know what Tuck is leaving out, right? Tuck leaving out the fact that he walked through the door. I put a chicken breast in his hand.
Yeah.
Yep. Put chicken breast in my hand. Then I had a piece of golden delicious fried turkey.
Tuck came to the house like 3 times. Okay. he left about 3 times.
I had a delicious piece of fried
Tuck had fried turkey
and
chicken breast off the Blackstone, and then had
a piece of that ham, which you use that cherry pineapple glaze.
See, so you describing that how I feel about the ice cream Renard makes.
That's the only thing left on my list.
I requested ice cream from him. Now, my kids, my children.
I'm out.
Booby don't even live here, and Booby be like, "Hey, is Mr. Renard gonna make that ice cream?" You know what I'm saying? That's my child.
Quintel, we done been through this already.
I have left to eat.
Oh, y'all!
Shout out to Willie. I'm face I love, and I love. You know the rest.
So are we done with the story now? We done with
the
I'm just saying, man. You know, I mean, back to Sean said, when is the DSL cookout date? Will not be one unless y'all continue to do.
Man,
I don't know. It depends. Okay, maybe we'll do something like that depending on who's the greatest super chat. Top 3, top 4 super chat.
And then we can do that for the DSL kickoff for the season. I would look, Aaron. I would take that title.
Okay. Look.
Okay.
Back to the games.
Hercules.
Back to the games. Lord, this is how you know this is a show. It went all
the
the
year. We wrapped up.
No, it ain't end of the year. We just getting started. We ain't nowhere near
the regular season.
Yeah, the regular season getting there. But first of all, since we're talking about chicken and all this other type of food, we gotta talk about the one that looked like a chicken a little bit, the Gamecocks.
Ooh, Beamer ball.
The Fighting Rattlers.
Beamer ball. Back to back top 10 wins.
Back-to-back top 10 wins. Shout out to Shane Beamer and the job he's doing. And shout out to Spencer Rattler for bouncing back from what the haters and everybody has been saying about him. 31 to 30. Shout out. There's a lot of people that was happy about the fact that Clemson went down. I'm not talking about being. I'm just talking about like nationally. I'm just saying that like in general, man, you got to give him a shout out. And Spencer Rattler and oh boy, God, why his name slipped my mind. Number 3, the receiver for them.
I can't think his name, but he is a dog. Whatever his name is.
Where's Dabo? Where's Dabo Jr. when you need
Hey,
him?
he been MIA. No, he been MIA, brother.
No, you threw a slight right hook, and you know it.
What I do?
You said everybody wanted Clemson to lose besides being everybody nationally.
Well, anybody that watched the show know that.
I know, but it was quick though. It was like
yeah, you know, you gotta do.
But
let's talk about this game. Appreciate. Let's talk about the game.
Nobody thought Rattler could put 2 games in a row.
No, I mean, and he wasn't clean in this game.
Thank you, Will. I forgot his name.
And like you said, he wasn't clean in this game either. He threw picks in this game too. Yeah. But with Rattler, I don't want to say he's one of the. He's a gunslinger. It is what you got to accept that with Rattler. He's gonna throw picks and he's gonna throw. You have to just live and die with that. And these last 2 weeks, man, he has been. For South Carolina, he's been what they wanted him to come there and do. I mean.
I will say this: the boy got talent.
Boy got talent.
He got arm talent. I didn't really see this arm talent at OU like this, but I know it was there. But oh my God, some of the throws he was making.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be once he grows into himself and matures. He can play on Sundays. He has the talent to play on Sundays. Physical talent.
That's where that 5-star rating came from.
I mean, QB
he should come back next year. I mean, if you look at if he comes back next year, you look at the
where he going?
He could leave. I think he's a junior, right?
Why?
Well, I'm just saying, man. You know how I be sometimes.
Well, I think he's a redshirt sophomore. I think, right? Am I wrong?
But I think this would be 3 years. I think he's been in school 3 years.
Yeah,
so he could dip, but
dip and do what? Be the janitor.
I know, but if you look at the East, I mean, you look at the East. I mean, Florida. Anyway, Tennessee probably not gonna have Hooker. They're not gonna have Hooker next year. I mean, Georgia's gonna be what they're gonna be. South Carolina's going to be in the running for the East next year. I'm just saying. I'm not believing in Billy in year 2.
Let me answer this.
And Tuck has told us 1,001 times that Tennessee going to be in trouble next year.
But here's the thing, Ben. They just lost Satterfield.
Yeah, he did lose him.
That's the only reason I'm saying pause. Not because of Rattler. I'm saying it because of Satterfield. Right. You're gonna bring in a new guy that's got to get used to Rattler, and it took a whole year to get.
I mean, that was they catching their groove. I think Nard has always pointed out like sometimes teams can catch their stride at the very end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like not to toot Florida State's horn, but right now people would much rather see Florida State and Clemson right now than Florida State and North Carolina right now in the AC title game. They would. That's just facts.
They'd rather see Florida State and North Carolina.
They would much rather see Florida State and Clemson again than to see Florida State and North Carolina right now.
I would give you that.
Because North Carolina, the last 2 games North Carolina has played, they haven't looked great, but that's the matchup that everybody got to see. But my point is, teams catch their stride towards the end of the year, and South Carolina is one of those teams right now. Like you said, they catching their stride, and a couple of those games, you can't replay them, but if they probably could, who knows how the results will be because of how they look right now.
That's true. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know how to feel about Shane Beamer. I guess I'm still not 100% sold because my thing is, I guess like this is 2nd year in a row that he didn't had like a late victory. Mm-hmm. They wasn't supposed to get, but what about early in the season? Like, when are we gonna get to the point with South Carolina? We're gonna be like, not like say, oh yeah, we're gonna get this at the end of the year, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it consistently. But I give it some time because he is building. He is building over there.
Maybe get it next year. If he with a returning starter at quarterback, he may can get a little faster start next year. Maybe.
But here's the thing: there's also there's a report out there from South Carolina that, since Satterfield left to go join Rule, Rattler might follow.
I just hope y'all ready for everything that's about to happen.
He really would look nice in that red and white over there at the Cornhuskers. I'm ready for Nebraska to get back relevant. I
hope y'all ready for December 5th.
Because it's gonna be an exodus of many players.
I hope y'all ready for
That's from everybody's favorite team, from Bama.
Is that the signing? Is that the signing day?
That's the portal. Because see, now the portal is in a portal. You can say you go into the portal, but it's a select time that you can go in there now. That's a new rule. Like you can only go in there. It's only going to be like, is it 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Yep.
Yeah, you only got 2 weeks for the portal for you to get in and out the portal. Right. That's why that hire at Auburn and all these other places are crucial. Not just because of the signing period, but because of the fact like you got a lot of kids right now that's lining up for December 5th. And December 5th is when everything can go.
Yeah, these 2 important dates in this December will be December 5th, and hold on. The other date is going to be December 21st. And that's National Signing Day, the first National Signing Day.
First National Signing Day. Hopefully we can get John on, man. John Garcia, Director of Recruiting, our guy. Great friend of the show. Oh, Pat said 12-2. I thought it was 12-5 because I heard 12-5.
It's 12. It's next Monday.
Right. So
I'm about to say the 2 would be Friday. So that means it got to be. I'm sure.
I think it's Monday. I'll double check, but I think
12-2, 12-5. But either way, it's going to be it's going to be crazy. So if y'all didn't know, a lot of kids have already made their intentions known, but as far as them being contacted and doing everything and where they're going to go, that's a whole different thing. I know John is back. I know he was on a little personal leave, but I know he's backing him, man. Of course, we got Sunday coming up. We got a lot of other stuff coming up. Like we got LSU Georgia this weekend, all those other kinds of stuff like that. College football don't ever stop. But Clemson,
they've been flirting with it.
Come to the front. Dave, can they come to the front?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They already was up there.
They was up there.
Shipley, this don't apply to you, Shipley. This don't apply to you.
Unless you cut the mustache, then
yeah. But
actually, he got a whole beard. I found him. I don't know what's
y'all want to tell me what's going on? You want to tell me what's going on, Clemson? Y'all not even passing for 100 yards?
Is it DJU or is it the play caller?
It's DJU.
Play caller.
Because a lot of people have said that DJU needs to get the hell out of that offense.
And that's another
like he needs to get the hell out of that offense because it's making them look bad.
Because that's the end of championship weekend. That's why that's another important day. Ooh, boy. Unfortunately, Nebraska is no longer in the Big 12. So that would never happen. If that would have been a great matchup though, unless they play during the season next year, not in conference. But I don't think they do. They don't never know. But anyway, that's why December 5th is very important. Okay.
Oh no, man.
Some of the DJ, but some of they nobody open though, Aaron. To be honest with you, there's nobody open. That's why the running game is working really well. You can get your running game and then get DJ started going, but there's nobody open. Name me 2 receivers that are just top 5 receivers right now for Clemson.
And like you said, we've always been able to peel out the names like that over the last few years, but now we can't. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, is that a byproduct of a DJU or is that a byproduct of the team itself?
In that same breath, I also can name a team that is two plays away from being undefeated that's in that same scenario, but their quarterback is elite and make plays.
The quarterback's elite, yes. And people keep talking about their play caller too, and their play caller doesn't even begin to have the blame.
Right. So DJ was a 5-star prospect.
That's true.
You got to get it done. I mean, you got to get it done. I mean, I don't know. You built like freaking Cam Newton. Heck, bigger than Cam was probably in college. I don't know the stats, but you got to get it done. It's DJ, man. You got to dang on get it done. This is supposed to be your offense. You got a head coach that's sticking by you when he should not stick by you.
And he had, and you got a backup that everybody, you know how it is. The favorite person.
Everybody love the backup quarterback.
It's Cade Klubnik. So I mean, it's not like you don't have talent behind you. But like you say, Dabo was sticking with him.
Hey,
he rolled with him the whole year.
Reggie said he needs to transfer to UGA. He would never touch the field. Don't get me started on my soapbox.
Hey,
you'll find somebody else that look like Stetson
be
Bennett.
gone, Dave. He ain't got no more eligibility after this year.
You can have DJU to go to Georgia. He will never touch the field. I bet you $20 he would.
But I would say this: I think that there would be a lot of people lined up for DJU if he dips. If he dips, there'll be a lot of people lined up for him.
Yeah,
they would. They would be because of the fact that it's been documented about a lot of this is mental issues.
Right.
They try to get him all kind of help. They try to do all this other stuff to help him out. I just feel like DJU is not a terrible quarterback, but we talked about the system with Clemson. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, we talked about this last year, or was it earlier this year when I said it might have been preseason. We were talking about when I asked about who makes the offense and what's wrong with Clemson offense. And it might have been last year. And I said that, hey, number one, they've always had those playmakers.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't care if it's Trevor Lawrence, and they always had them dogs on the outside. It's the same basic offense, but when you got an offense to where you are being made look good because of the fact you got superstars, it's gonna always function better. Because you think about it with ETN, there was a lot of games Clemson looked bad, and ETN would just bust a long run.
Right.
There was a lot of games they looked bad, and then next thing you know, Trevor Lawrence is bailing them out with another super athletic wide receiver on the outside. So I don't think this is new. I just think they don't have that particular same level of talent. Not saying these guys ain't talented, as they've always had before.
This is what's going to happen when you have a coach that does not believe in NIL and who does not believe in the transfer portal. Also, you're going to. This is also a predicate of. A predicate of Tony Elliott no longer being a coach being an offensive coordinator. Also, you're not having the who was the co-offensive coordinator for Clemson?
Was it Scott?
Yeah.
He
might come back now. He got fired in South Florida.
He got fired.
So he might come back. But those guys were your play callers. Those are the guys that grew up with you in that system. And now, it's different now. And I think those guys knew how to call plays.
That's very true.
That's very true. I mean, and like you said, there's a lot of rumors going around that Dabo was not going to look outside of the Clemson family tree, and Scott will probably be back next season.
I'm not gonna say it.
Hey, look, and you're right, but I'm saying, but Scott is rumored to be back. I mean, he is.
When Scott left, I think it was that co-OC stuff.
Right.
With, when Scott left, it was like, okay, boom, now Tony Elliott is the OC. You saw way more explosive plays. You saw more vertical routes. You saw more, the pass game with the running back. You had more ideas. And it kind of puts me in the mind of a Sarkisian, except with a little bit better concepts on how to attack the field and how to attack open spaces, boundaries in the field. He knew exactly how to attack that. This guy has no imagination. I don't even know who their OC is. He has no imagination.
That's look, we can spend all night on this, but let's get some quick hitters, man, because we've been on here just a little bit. Let's talk about a little bit of the fact that, hey, well, of course, we already talked about Freeze, but shout out to Wisconsin for having the best coaching search in America. Mm-hmm. Quiet as it kept. Not saying the best coach, I said the coaching search. Right. Picking Luke Fickell up for $6.5 million. I think $6.5 million. Taking him away from Cincinnati. Texas A&M fired their OC. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Speaking of course, Dion confirmed this morning. He confirmed to us on the SWAC Championship call that he has been offered the job at Colorado. As he said, he's been offered a job just like he's been offered a lot of other jobs. So we'll see where that goes. Some other news is like the ex-Michigan starter Cade McNamara has entered the portal also.
McNamara. Why that name sound familiar?
Cade McNamara, he was a starter behind, or he was like splitting times with McCarthy.
Greg McNamara played point guard at Syracuse University.
That's what I'm thinking about. They in the
Oh,
key.
y'all done went to the whole basketball, guys.
In a relation.
I don't know.
I mean, McNamara is.
It's not a common name.
McNamara is not like a Smith.
David Shaw is out at Stanford. He stepped down after 12 seasons. I'm not gonna say how I really feel about David Shaw. No disrespect to him.
Yeah, I mean the thing is with David Shaw, I think he did the right thing. I think he did the right thing instead of getting fired. Because I think Stanford, I think they're gonna give him another chance, but he didn't want to see them going down that continuous road of. I think they were 3-9 this year. Last year they were 5-7. So it was a decline. I mean, you could see that decline in the program, and he wasn't getting those kids. He got one of the kids from Alabama last year, a couple years ago, and other than that, he needed more. And he see what the NIL is doing. Stanford NIL is trash.
Yeah, their requirements to get into the school ain't really much.
But Vanderbilt's NIL is wonderful though, and
Right.
it's a private school too, so they don't have to disclose the funds. So that's a beautiful thing.
Stanford, if you in this area, our boy Damien, I don't know where he at. Damien on Jocks this morning, man. Like Greg McElroy went off on Stanford because Stanford apparently like ticked him off. And it was funny, boy. It was funny because he was just like, I'm gonna talk about you because you're trash. And he just went off on Stanford. It was personal. He was just like, because David Shaw, he's like, I don't like David Shaw. I ain't never liked David Shaw. He was talking about how he went out.
Say something about the SEC schools in a relation to like
instead of having
Alabama, he said I'm gonna fly across Alabama to recruit one player.
Yeah. David Shaw said something to the tune of here at Stanford, we pride ourselves on academic excellence instead of what we do on the football field. It's more about what we do in the classroom than on the football field.
You're right. Also, let's answer some of your questions in the chat. We did not talk about Notre Dame versus USC. USC pulls it on Caleb because Aaron just asked, can we talk about Lincoln creating another Heisman?
Because he has created one. Caleb, go ahead and book your ticket to New York City.
Man, he might well get it. He might well buy a trophy case.
Hey, Renard, you remember what was it 2 weeks ago when we had this conversation? And I think I might have been in the car using the car 1 or 2, and we was like. You were like, man, that's just a name that I considered it, but at that time he wasn't really heating up like that. But the other guys were.
Yeah, because Hooker hadn't got hurt yet, and Hooker didn't have that terrible game. A lot of stuff fell in play, but Caleb, you earned it like you're gonna earn it right now. That's what I see. I see that you're gonna earn this.
Man, I think he is. I think when I talk about elite quarterback play, if
they beat Utah this weekend.
Oh,
I want them in the play. I've been saying it all year.
I
want them in the playoffs.
I mean, that's not an argument.
I want them in there. I want to see what Caleb gonna do on the big stage.
Honestly,
I ain't worried about Caleb.
Imagine
their defense
here's when we asked the question about is it DJ fault at Clemson?
Right.
Take Caleb. It's Caleb Williams, right? Take Caleb and put him on Clemson offense. With what they got. He's going to make a play or two in a game and get him out of there.
Yeah,
that's what I'm meaning. Even with that, I love USC. Their defense stepped up. I was at Renard's house. I was like, no, this don't look like the same. Like them boys were coming down here hitting. I'm like, this don't look like what we saw. But man, look, Lincoln Riley. Shouts out to him. He actually is the reason why my Eagles only got one loss right now. All praise to Lincoln Riley.
Or Brian Williams.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts. But that's okay. Lincoln Riley's head coach. Listen. Hey man, so what?
They finna come at you.
Hey man, I don't care about that. They already know. They know what time it is. How many Heisman quarterbacks would this be for Lincoln?
Shit.
3 or 4.
You got what's his name? Play for the Panthers. What's his name?
Come on, Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker, Kyler.
You got Murray.
And then, like I said, Jalen got invited.
Right, yeah.
So this would be another one invited and more than likely finna win. So yeah.
Wow.
So yeah,
Pretty
and where
much-
he at the USC, it ain't gonna stop.
No,
It
that's
ain't
what-
gonna stop.
That's
Not
where
out
I'm
there.
going.
It ain't gonna stop.
If I'm a QB coming out of the house, that's where I'm going.
That's where I'm going.
But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this. Congratulations, Caleb, Lincoln, USC, everybody, man. I'm good. I'm enjoying this.
It was something else that I was about to talk about. It popped in my head right before we when we were talking about.
So USC and Utah, they're locked for the Pac-12 championship.
USC versus Utah, 2.5 point favorite.
This would be a rematch, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Where is this game being played?
Las Vegas. Las Vegas.
In the new stadium?
That's where the Pac-12 championship game is. Yes.
Oh.
And the Super Bowl, by the way.
And the Super Bowl.
Aaron, you going to the game? That's all I want to know.
So can you get us some tickets?
Look, we probably be in Jackson. We ain't gonna be able to go.
I'm talking to the Super Bowl.
Oh, the Super Bowl.
We
So
going to the NFL context. You know what I'm saying?
But y'all are crazy. I'm trying to think. There was something else from the weekend that I wanted to make sure that we talked about.
Bayou Classic.
We talked about a little bit at the beginning with the Bayou Classic, where Southern was with everything. Of course, y'all know we got Southern versus Jackson State this week. Also part of championship weekend, 3 p.m. ESPN probably stream as usual, or something. I can't remember exactly where it's going to be on, but so for the SWAC Championship, man, we might be there. You never know.
We might be down there. We don't.
We should know maybe like tomorrow for sure, or something like that.
We're gonna see the
By Wednesday, Thursday for sure.
By when was the day? Because the deadline is Wednesday, so
deadline Wednesday. So yeah, and the way that he left the call to open today, he was like looking forward to seeing all y'all. That's where the commission was like looking forward to seeing all you guys down at the SWAC Championship. So
yeah, Commissioner, I'm looking forward to seeing you too.
Yeah, Commissioner, we looking
say
forward to
yes
seeing
to
you
all
as well.
four.
Looking to see you. You know, we need to have a little bit of a conversation. But I'm trying to think. It was something. It was a game from last week.
Was it LSU?
Yes, thank you, Dave. Thank you. That's what it was. Hey, look, y'all know our boys.
No more two lost SEC teams in the playoffs.
That's our
Go full mortgage.
Full. Yeah, Shane. Yeah. Brandon Shane Lee is probably gonna play in the playoffs without his tide. So without that's interesting. Shane Lee transfers to USC and Romello Height too.
Yeah, Romello
from Auburn. Yeah, he transferred out there. So he's out there. So I mean, this is why the transfer portal is so important to you guys. Like,
right.
This is the stuff we've been talking about. Because look what Lincoln did. Lincoln did basically like 30 new players. You know what I'm saying? Like just ready to go. So that's what Reggie talking about? Did you guys talk about Kiffin losing another big game?
I think Alabama Kiffin. I ain't gonna say he checked out, but I think, like I said, he just kind of the whole team kind of just.
I mean, to be honest with you, everybody that Auburn
Thank you, Donovan. Thank you.
Everybody that Auburn had on their coaching search, they went like 0, except for Dan Lanning. I think they went 1-16 or something like that. Like the only one that won one game was Dan Lanning.
The curse of Auburn just keeps going.
UConn, New Mexico State, and
Well,
another team. And then Dan Lanning lost to Washington. And
Hugh Freeze was checked out on Friday.
Yeah, Hugh Freeze checked out. Like he was gone.
Once Hugh found out everything was going on with Lane, he was like,
"Oh,
I'm there.
Oh, yes.
Where you need me at? What time?" But yeah, thank you, Darvin, about the SWAC Championship being on ESPN. I need y'all to definitely tune in. Shout out to Peacock for great coverage of the Bayou Classic this time. Y'all know everything is moving to streaming. Guess everybody's giving away ESPN Plus. Y'all need to make sure y'all have ESPN Plus. Please get ESPN Plus, not just for this season, but for season moving forward. I'm trying to tell you, when you can't watch Ohio State versus USC on regular TV, don't be mad at me. Just say we didn't tell you. I got my subscription. I'm in there, but everybody giving away. Verizon giving away with their new plan. Like you can get it all kinds of ways. Try to get that ESPN Plus, man, and make sure you download HBCU Go. I keep telling y'all, HBCU Go gives off a great presentation. They're trying to expand and do more. Try to become everything for the SWAC and more with Black college football, man. HBCU football. So make sure you do that, man. I think Prime gonna put on a show this weekend. I know the Boombox gonna put on a show if they coming. You know if they coming, Dave?
If they coming,
I just want to know if they
should be. It should be the home field.
The human jukebox will always be at SWAC Championship. You ain't got to worry about it. You ain't got to worry about it. If you had seen it, oh my gosh, I hope we go because we got to be there for the zero quarter. Oh my God! You know what a zero quarter is? If you don't
think it's before the game starts.
Yes, I mean, but you know what happens on zero quarter?
Let's see, with the march-ins and everything.
No, but he don't know. No, hell no. I'm sorry. No. I will. Don't worry about it. I'll get you adequate. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Thank you.
Tuck is not the one that we have to make sure is right. It's the one that's on the right up here.
You can go with a doggone Florida State t-shirt if you want to. You will be up at the first rest stop right outside Tuscaloosa.
That was a custom-made.
I don't care.
Hoodie.
We don't care.
Shout out to Terry Lawson.
We don't care.
DBI.
We don't care.
It was a custom-made.
We were at the Magic City Classic, and Benjamin decides to wear a nose shirt.
I wore my custom
nose
Birmingham's own made.
You wore a black to an all-white party.
Can I ask a question?
It was a custom-made shirt.
I have a serious question. I don't need to be on camera right now, but I have a question.
Custom-made. It's a one-on-one.
I'm trying my best to give Ben the benefit of the doubt. I really am. But what I don't understand is Ben keeps saying it was Birmingham made.
Birmingham made. Custom.
Can't take nothing from that, Ben.
Can't take nothing from that.
Ben trying to go viral.
Shout out to Terry Lawson, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Terry Lawson, man. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm just saying, like, you at the oldest, most populated HBCU Classic in the nation.
Bro.
And hold on now, please understand, with a media pass.
67,000 people saw you.
They did. I was on the field too, people.
With a SWAC media credential with a Florida State Seminole shirt. I'm just
saying I have to stay off camera for a little while just because. Dave, you know what's gonna happen to him, right?
I know what's gonna happen to him.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I don't. Okay.
Let me tell you what's gonna happen to him.
Hey, what Antonio Brown do? Yeah, put that shit on. Get it.
I'm just saying that's exactly what's gonna happen. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, it's just. I mean, it's gonna be.
But when Ben walking the radio row, and I saw him with that Seminole shirt, I said, "Nah, close your eyes."
Why did you tell me to close my eye?
I said, "Close your eyes." He said, "Why?" Because Ben got on a Seminole shirt. And the first thing I asked Ben, why you got that Seminole shirt on out here? He said, "Oh, this was custom made, my partner made."
But here's my point. My point is why you.
I mean, no big way to show up custom made merchandise at the Classic.
Because Ben said the only Indian surrounded by a stadium of Buffalo soldiers. It precisely.
I just want to know. I just really want to know. As my mom used to say to me, Renoir, what had to go through your head? So Ben, what had to go through your head to say, hey, I'm going to Alabama State versus Alabama A&M, and I'm going to put on my nose shirt. But anyway, we're gonna digress. Arian wants to know about. Let me see. I can.
Oh my God.
Yes, they will.
Okay.
Yes, Aaron, they will.
And what he is talking about, people. And the shot glass, because Aaron has a pre-order for 15. Shout out to Aaron, real G, real supporter of the show, man. Bottom line, for real. Need y'all support a little bit more. Some of y'all just be watching it and don't be doing it. I ain't gonna say that. But then y'all be wondering why we don't be doing more stuff. But this is why right here, because y'all ain't trying to help a brother out. But Here's the shot glass. The shot glasses are coming before Christmas, Aaron. We just talked to Mike. These are exactly what the shot glass is gonna look like. We know how many you want. We got some more coming for everybody. Gonna be on the site soon. I'm gonna say maybe this week. I was waiting for Dave to give me some type of something.
I'm gonna say the same thing. Maybe this week, but
Yeah.
I will get a confirmation definitely after the show.
Yeah, we will get a confirmation for you so you can kind of see exactly where we are. But they are coming. They are going to be there. Those beautiful, beautiful shot glasses, which I have been asked about a lot. And I had 5 more bought this weekend from another supporter show. Quintel bought 4 or 5. We just got his money.
He actually paid cash.
He paid me cash for it. Like, you know. And we got some other people, man, that want to look at. John is interested in getting some also. Yeah. See, Mr. John Garcia, Mr. Director at National Recruiting. You know how that goes. So, hey, man, if people can support us, man, we want y'all support too, man. So if y'all can, appreciate all the super chats, man. I gotta go back and highlight all the super chats in the building that happened tonight, man. You guys, I don't know what to say about y'all, man. We really, really appreciate y'all, man. Really, really appreciate y'all. Pat with his 199, and then Sean gave his 499. Then Arian said, I ain't studying all y'all. I'm just gonna go big dog on all y'all. Aaron just put down the 49.99. So, hey, we appreciate y'all for so much for any of that. But fellas, y'all, what y'all got, man? It's y'all time. What y'all got?
I'm gonna say this. TCU.
Woo.
Just close the deal, man. Close the deal, TCU. That's it. Just close the deal. You done danced, you done skated,
Except for last week.
Last week you showed up. Close the deal, TCU. USC, do not Pac-12 it. Do not Pac-12 at USC. That's all I got. Because Michigan and Georgia in anyway.
Tuck?
Same. I mean, I think it'll be okay. You see got Ohio State lingering out there with 1 loss, so it'll be okay. So,
Dave, what you got on anything?
Just got confirmations of shot glasses. He said the shot glasses should be on the site. Now I'm looking on now. I don't see them yet, but it does take a minute for it to upload. So we'll try again in the morning for the shot glasses. So that's my takeaway. I'm on the shot glasses over here.
Good deal. Yeah. They so y'all heard it. So oh boy, got to tune in for prediction show. Maybe that
go Army beat Navy.
Hey, we got Navy. Even though it's not a strong conference championship week, we still got to give it. But also, man, on the same site where you see that at, you see what Dave got on. If Dave can pull his hat off, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be doing these too. Gonna be embroidered sooner. All that kind of stuff like that, man. We got those ready to go. Sporting them now. Y'all know what to do, man. On DSLpodcast.com, man, under merchandise. Y'all know where to get it from and everything. Aaron said he been checking daily. Sean said, y'all pre-order? I just don't happen to know that person. I know the person personally, so that's why whatever. So he said, how much are they all paid now? We will find out depending on how many you giving. Of course, you know you got the CLP tomorrow night. You never know, we might be on here just for a few minutes talking about the CLP for a second, man. Because I'm real interested to see where they got a couple of these teams at. I think I know where 1 through 4 is. 5 and 6 and 7. Trying to see what they're trying to set up before we get up out of here. But Aaron, we'll let you know the price depending on how many you want to get. Do we ever approve that particular price, Dave?
Right now I think everything's the same across the board, but I have to see once they hit the site and see what it look like.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right. So y'all know what to do. Check the site, man. Go in there and get you some merch, man. We got the new t-shirts and then also in a new combination, all that kind of stuff like that. Anything y'all want to see, anything y'all want us to do, please just hit us up and let us know, man. But once again, thank y'all for the super chat. Thank you for the support, man. It means more to us than you could ever know, man. So we're going to continue to bring as much content as we can to you guys. In the season ain't nowhere near the end for us. So y'all know football is 24/7, 365, especially college football. So that's it, fellas. I don't have anything else for right now. We kept them long enough for tonight. Nothing else. We'll see y'all soon, man. All right, people, we out.